I don't like how I just caught a stray for no apparent reason. Yes, we got over $2 billion in debt. Who doesn't?
What matters more, profitability of a club or trophies?
Ask a Spurs fan.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Disrespect.
No.
Just know Tom lives at
It's for disrespect.
134. What's your address again?
I'm not telling you. It's like when they give the address
Track
out to
him
refs.
down.
Yeah. No, I think genuinely it's a catch-22, right? Because it's like if you're a rubbish owner, like in terms of finances, the fans hate you because you're like ruining our club, we're in massive debt. But then if you don't win trophies, the fans also hate you because you're not spending enough money. So, I mean, it depends what your level is as a club, right? So like Tottenham, and I'm not just saying this to Tottenham, they're an unbelievably well-run club, but the fans expect loads of, like they expect success.
To win something.
Right. They're in a really in-betweeny thing, right? There may or may not be a Barcelona fan in this room. They're a mess. They're a mess financially, but they're winning things.
Why are we catching strays? Why are we catching strays so early on?
He not lying, though.
We didn't even give no first for context. Can we give some context first of all?
You may.
Rio Ferdinand was talking on his podcast. Rio Ferdinand presents to a football finance expert, Kieran Maguire, if I remember correctly. And they were talking, and he asked them, "What's the most well-run club in Europe?" And Kieran said, Spurs. They got the best stadium. They, just their finances are stellar, and they stand out from everybody else. They make money. They spend it well. Cool.
Spend it well.
Well for the business.
Well with an asterisk.
Yeah. Not to win trophies.
Yes, we're not talking.
Then what's spending it well?
In terms of the business,
and competing
specifically.
Okay.
Now the question is, right?
I
What's
just
better?
got mansplained by two people at once.
No, but
Did you notice that? They
but
were
the
like,
question-
okay, honey, understand.
The question is it better to win trophies or, to have good business? For me, and as a Barca fan, I'm going to bring it back to being a Barca fan because I don't like how I just caught a stray for no apparent reason. Yes, we got over $2 billion in debt. Sure, who doesn't?
Most of the clubs in Europe.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, comparison is a thief of joy, so I'm not going to compare us to other teams. All I'm saying is, sometimes you got to lose to come back up, okay? When a few doors closes, other ones open. And so if we're not gonna be balanced in our checkbooks, okay, at least we're winning games.
Okay,
at least we're whooping Real Madrid in El Clasico. Right now, we're at the top of La Liga. So you take the positives in whatever ways you can. Sure, we got some money problems. I've donated a few dollars to Barcelona myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a real fan.
That's a damn shame.
But
that goes all integrity for this podcast.
Listen, Barcelona spent so much money on so many players that didn't work out, right?
Yes.
Imagine if they had a strategy around the money that was spent and what they did. A lot of these clubs don't have a strategy around the money that they're spending. Chelsea just put $3.5 billion into Chelsea.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about that their money is not worth the value of the club.
Yeah.
Because Stamford Bridge still needs renovations. The team is not winning anything because they're too young and they've had so much turnover of players. I think it comes to, at the end of the day, it's like finding that unique balance where, look, your club is doing well financially and you could maybe compete. I don't think you're going to have the best of the both worlds at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because as an Arsenal fan, I remember when we had that. We had the Emirates Stadium when we had literally $0. We couldn't afford anyone. We were giving Suarez what? Remember that 40 plus 1 pound, 40 million plus £1 deal?
Yeah.
We were trying to
clause,
just shortchange everybody, and it doesn't work like that, especially in today's economy. Everybody knows a player with one good season is worth $70 million now.
Yeah, but what I want to ask the Barca fan though, and like legitimately, you've got an unbelievable academy. All of these kids are now getting into the team under Hansi Flick, right? You've got Casado, you had Martin the other day, who was like, a bunch of ballers. I mean, obviously, what would you rather have as a fan?
So,
would you rather have like your kids go crazy, or would you rather have like, we need Olmo, Koundé, etc., to start every game?
Well, also, but even like guys like Olmo who are from
La Masia,
who are also like La Masia players, and then who had to go out and come back. I know. Like, I'm gonna answer your question. I think that the best thing that Raheem said is about balance. I think like you want a little bit of both. The problem is like we have a new president who's highly criticized now, like John Laporta is always, catching the short end of the stick from fans. And I feel like you're coming to a position as a Barca president with a lot of financial struggles from the previous president. Like
Yeah.
Bartomeu did a horrible job in
awful.
decision making and handling the finances, and then he just left a wreck. He's also under investigation. Like this guy could actually be charged for a lot of the things that the decisions that he made as Barca president. Yes, I want the balance, but we're also talking now about patching things up. Like before even trying to be profitable, the reason why I'm so happy as a fan right now is because I was expecting a lot of these things that we're doing now to be happening 5 years from now.
Right.
And so now it's just like, I'm enjoying the wins that we're getting. If we win some trophies, yeah, great, but that wasn't even my expectation. So right now we just got back to the 1-to-1 rule in La Liga, which is essentially like if a team like Barca makes $1 billion and they spent like 500 million of that just for the structure of the club and making sure that everybody, you know, within the organization is paid and taken care of and just the basics, the bills are paid, then they're able to spend the rest of that 500 million on signing players. And so because of the decisions they made before financially, it was extremely hard to get back to that balance. The fact that we're just there after a couple years of Bartomeu being gone, it's like baby steps.
What's an example for a club for you guys that is being invested in heavily, but it's not having an on-field performance that's up to par?
Well, I mean, Chelsea's the layup, right? But I mean, for me, it's got to be
PSG.
Manchester United. It's got to be United. The thing that doesn't make sense to me is that how are you going to go and spend
You
so
think
much
they're
on,
being invested in?
how much are you going to spend so much money on Xerxes, Højlund, Lenny Yoro, Casemiro, and still be trash? And still be rubbish. They're
So my thing
14th
is,
in the
are
Prem, man.
they being invested in heavily because they're buying players? Because their facilities are still they're
not
not
up to
spending money
standard.
on that. So I think
They're cutting
buying
down a lot of stuff, actually.
Well,
Yes.
that makes it even worse, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even giving lunch to staff.
To
You're giving them thin slices of bread and an apple every day. I don't know
ham
if that's
sandwich,
actually true.
yeah.
Ham sandwich, also such a British meal, by the way.
Bro, that's
Such a British
I seen
meal.
prison food got ham sandwiches, bro. Man United is serving prison food today. It's sad. It's sad.
You saying Man United can learn from Rikers Island? Is
Oh,
what I'm hearing. Listen, Rikers, y'all might have an extra job. I might need to send somebody at Old Trafford to
Oh
go handle
my
that
gosh,
food.
man.
Oh my god,
That's crazy.
No, but what I am actually trying to say is that a lot of what we see in terms of investment and being well run is the result on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
And if you're Manchester United, the priority, and bringing it back to your original thing, is winning trophies, right? Which means whatever money you have to spend,
On
you
those
have
players.
to spend it really well.
Or spend it with the intention of trying to win.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So hang on, and you mentioned PSG, Eli. What are you saying as an Arsenal fan, man?
As an Arsenal fan, in terms of
How well are you spending your money? Because to me, right, Calafiori and Marino makes no sense.
looking at it
Minimum.
now, especially seeing Miles Lewis Skelly's come up, I'm looking at someone like
bro,
Calafiori.
I'm
I'm
not
like,
having that.
what was the point of that?
He's really handsome.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we could have definitely spent money on a striker, like someone who's going to score us goals. Look at us now. We're literally playing Mikel Merino up top.
Yeah.
That tells you everything that you need to know about our investments. Like, the thing about Arsenal, great run club, great facilities. We have a manager that genuinely should win us trophies. We have everything. That money could have been spent on a player that's, like you're talking about, that could have made an impact for us moving forward. So, at the end of the day, if a club is spending their money well, they're going to produce results on the field.